Da, 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 da. That's right, we're still getting started. And guess what I did, guys? Guess what I did? You'll see in a moment here. Hey there, SiriBot. Welcome on in. How you doing? Great to have you. Give me just a moment as I start up all of my stuff. Are we live on TikTok today? Let me check. Unable to verify. Please try again. Okay. All right, there we go. And nope, not yet. We are not live on TikTok. That's okay. That happens sometimes. All right, let's get our chat up. Let's get the media channel of Discord going. There we go. Hello. How you doing? Hi, Cheeto. It autocorrected, I swear. I know. It happens. I am a Cheeto, though. How you doing today? It's Sveno. Sveno, are you on YouTube today or are you on Twitch? Because I'm kind of curious about like certain things right now. Yeah, it's a tail stream. I'm trying to set stuff up. The way it does it though is a little less nice, as because I swapped to a different what is it called, virtual character thing. Oh no, names for YouTube? Twitch isn't up yet? Really? Weird. Interesting. Okay, cool. Let me put my phone in my pocket. I think, oh yeah, Twitch is definitely up. Let me turn on the machine. There we go. Hey, Mercel. Look, guys, we have a whole different Avali today. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that cool? We are using, I forget who told me about it, but Vnyan, I think it's called. Either Nyan or Vnyan, one of those two. And hopefully this one works better. However, I think the technology that it uses, which is called Media Pipe, I think is the same as what it was before. So we'll find out if this continues to work right or not. Yeah, Cynic, it was you. Sveno says YouTube has a fairly big delay. It's always had that, unfortunately. It's like a 10 to sometimes even 15-second delay, and that's if you have it set for the fast version, which I do. Why is your profile picture switching? I don't know. Oh, that is a good question. That's weird. I don't know if it's like syncing up with your YouTube or something. That's kind of neat or weird. All right, let's get this started. Now, the only thing so far that I don't like about Vnyan is that it doesn't like autocorrect for me being in a different spot. So you can see I'm swaying quite a lot here. Let me see what happens if I turn up the speed. Okay, there we go. We're going. We're going. We're zooming. Wow, we do move a lot. Wow, look at me go. I might have to change the settings. Yeah, this is quite a lot of movement, but not too bad. There was a 10-minute delay on someone's stream once. That's quite aggressive. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Sveno says, I'd love to join, but I have a ton of editing to do, so we'll be away for the next 2 weeks. Oh, well, that's okay. That, you know, you enjoying your real life stuff, that's a lot more stuff. That's a lot more important than being here. Okay, you have yourself a good one, Sveno. Thanks for hopping on in. You're awesome. Have a good one. But yeah, the software, like if I fall behind a little bit, like if I go back here, let's see what happens. I start like start kind of wigging out, so I have to like, oh no, it broke. Hold on, let me do this. There we go, tracking again. There we go. Okay, it lost my tracking. Bye, Sveno. Blueberry lemon. Maybe I should just turn off eye tracking. That wouldn't be too bad, because it seems to struggle with the eyes. Both Warudo and this program seem to have issues with the eyes. At least it's easy to reset. Well, not necessarily. The thing how it works is I have a wireless keyboard that I have to take with me to the treadmill, and then I hit Shift R while I'm standing in the middle of it. And then it kind of saves where I'm at. But for it to start tracking me, I have to get really close to the camera. And then once I do that, then I can come back here again. Yeah, but the other program you have to restart, right? Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, the programming stuff that both Vinian and Warudo were using is called Media Pipe, which I think is like some kind of open source Linux software. And if it's using the same behind the scenes stuff, it might still crash, but we'll see. Because Warudo itself wasn't crashing. It was because the program would still move. I could still like see the character slightly moving and stuff. So I'm not sure what it was. By the way, whew, okay, already off to a good start. There's new cheaties. There's new cheaties soon. There's an Elevolley cheaty and a Revolley, done by J Valmize or J Architect. So you guys might be seeing some new cheaties soon. Yeah. Maybe we'll use one of those cheaties for streaming. Apparently, the Elevolley is known more to be more of a meme than an actual avatar. But I actually like the Elevolley, so meme or not, I want to use it for something. Hey, Mercel. I got a very cold sensation because you are... What is that? Oh, it's actually called a sensation. That's cool. Jay says, I'm back. Welcome back. Hi. I don't have the avatar set up just yet, so I'm using the Diwali today. By the way, guys, if you are interested in getting any type of avatar commissions for your texturing and stuff like that, or even maybe some small edits to an avatar you already have, J Architect 1 right there in the chat, good friend of mine, right there is a great avatar artist with really decent prices, if I may say so myself. Definitely reach out to them right there. Yeah. But yeah, they just kind of did an Elevolley and a Revolley for me. Seriously, it's a cold sensation, I know, right? I had to take a look at that. I was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? It looks like a Sprite. But it's not a Sprite, it's called a sensation. That's kind of funny. I love how much I'm like, look at my tail go back there. Look at my tail go. The Revolley is really cute too. Yeah, I can't wait to use that one. I'm really hoping that I can do something with the eyes for the Elevolley. I know you can. I've seen other pictures of the Elevolley, and they don't have eyes that look like that. So I'm not. That might just be a what's it called? An effect that happens when you put it into Substance Painter. Possibly. I should have probably tested an Elevolley in a public world first, or a public version of it. But hey, I like saw it and I was like, oh my god, that's fluffy. I want it, and I bought her on the spot. It's only made in Bosnia. Really? Does it taste like a Sprite? It looks like a Sprite. Jay says, hopefully, yeah, but I'm afraid I'd mess it up in Substance. I understand. I'm pretty sure there's an option for that. In the there's got to be an option for that. If I've seen it in other ways, there's got to be an option for that, you know? Oh, let me do this again. Come on, track. And then go back. Why can't you see me? Hold on. Get close again. And then slowly pull it back. There we go. I mean, that's a lot better than having to restart the whole program. That's pretty cool. Did you set up any redeems? I did, actually. I set up kind of the same ones that I had on Warudo on here. So there's Toss, Throw, and Hydrate. Hey, Ace. How's it going, Bean? How you doing, Sid? Oh my gosh. A whole entire pie? Look at how big the pie is. Look at how big the pie is. Oh my gosh. Wait, can you just say the word pie and it does that? Or was that because you said toss? That's probably because you said toss. And then there's also throw, which sets off the confetti, I think. Or was it confetti? I can't remember. It might be confetti. I think I originally set it to throw, but then one of the other bots was interacting with that, so I'm like, okay, I need to change it to something else. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Yeah. And that also goes off if somebody like follows me or something too. Which is cool. And look, it does like some form of face tracking too, so if I smile, it actually makes my tongue stick out, which is kind of cool. Ow. Hey. Be nice. And the birds are screaming back there today. Oh, I just realized the camera's not running for the birds. I wonder why that is. Trying to think. Oh, you know what? I did kind of screw around with the connections back there yesterday. Wait, is there a pan? I don't think so. Yeah, it supports doing expressions based on parameters to tic tacs in your face. I think that'd be really cool. Because one of the things I want to do is maybe get the Rivali, or maybe the Ellie. I don't know if I want to use the Elevali as my, even if I figure out the eye stuff. I think I'd rather use the Rivali for this particular kind of stream. I think it's just toss. If you do toss, then it does randomized different things. I don't think a pan is one of the things, though. If I remember correctly, it's a pie, a tree nut of some kind. Apparently, there's that. I don't remember that being a thing. I don't know what the heck that would be called. Cynic says apple, boba, confetti, duck, nut, and pie. Was the was that note the fart note? Was that a boba? The boba does the fart. Well, that's on par for what we like here, right? Those noises. I'm guessing that's like you're tossing like a drink at me. Boba is a drink, right? Oh, lost it again. Yeah, so far it's doing pretty good. How long have we been on here? Hold on, I'm gonna try and see how long I've been on here so far. The next one should say the time. Wow, 11 minutes already. All right, so I think usually the other program would crash at 15 minutes. So if we can keep this going, that'd be pretty cool. Nah, the space got you, yeah. You gotta type it all in one thing. Cynic says there's a popular extension that allows throwing Pokeballs, and then you get a custom script to actually allow people to catch you. Oh, that's pretty cool. I did see that there was like a whole bunch of extensions. That would be really cool to do, since we've already got the Pokemon thing down there. Hey, I'm gonna whip this around now. I'm whipping your pie around. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Obviously, I have to find one where there's a fish. Or maybe I turn them all into fish. That'd be fun. For some reason, that one is like way louder than the rest of them. Bless you, Jay. Just so you know, that's apparently just a drink. For some reason, they make it have that noise along with it. Nova says, but we don't have... What if we don't want to catch a level 1 Hyo? What would a level like 15 Hyo look like? Yeah, you can hydrate me too. Exclamation point hydrate in the chat. Although apparently sometimes the water can miss me. There's no bonk, although I did see there was an option for that, so I'd probably do that. I just gotta figure out how to set that up. I know. And I think what it does is whenever you do the bonk, it actually like squishes your head, which is kind of funny. I wonder what it'll do about my glasses, because it is a separate entity. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, it's glitching a little bit, but that's not too bad. You have to do that. Hey, you have to do that yourself? Okay. Maybe I can figure it out. That'd be kind of cool. I'm sure somebody has like a tutorial or something. Jay having a whole bunch of fun over there with tossing things at my face. Wow, I see how it is. Cynic says there's a node for changing the scale of a bone, so you can use that. I'll have to look into that. I'm pretty sure I can just like shrink my head, or maybe like scale it so that it's like, because I could probably do that, just like scale the up and down part of my head so it looks like it gets squished. I forget what that's called. What is that? The x-axis? Up and down? I don't know. I think they're always different. Aw. I'd give you a hug too, but my arms are kind of stuck at my side. Either Y or Z. See, I got them both wrong. Aw, thank you. Love hugs. I had a second stream yesterday, and then in the middle of the stream, I think around 4 o'clock my time, I got super tired, and I was like, I'm gonna go lay down. I've been lacking on sleep recently. I go to bed at like midnight or 11 p.m. and then wake up at 5 in the morning. And my body, I think, finally said, nope, you need to go actually take a rest now. So I went to bed at like 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday. And I just got sleep. And then I didn't wake up until about 5 this morning. So yeah. Uh-oh. Wow. Wow. Wow, you knocked Cynic over. Poor bird. Poor bird. Jay being a gremlin in the chat today. How could you? How could you? Hey, Nova. No. Nova. No. No. Don't bomb the Cheetie. Don't bomb the Cheetie. Ow. Why? Wow, everyone's just being rude. Everyone's just being rude. Hey, Creeper. Oh, Creeper Mobile. Hey, how's it going? How you doing today? Separately, refresh.
Thank you for the follow, Creeper Mobile 2.
Thanks for the follow. On your phone, I guess. Oh no, sorry to hear that. What's, why are you on your mobile today? It's the account for my phone. Yeah, I thought it was. You're not home on your computer today. Interesting. Boom. Kablooey! What's going? Oh, it stopped tracking again. Let me get closer. And it starts tracking again. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know why the parakeet cam is not working today. I didn't change anything, I don't think. I'll try and fix that in a little bit here. I'm trying to go for at least 30 minutes today. We're already halfway there. Because it won't let me use my phone number on my main account because Twitch pushed the whole verified accounts only crap for me to chat. That's not something that I'm pushing, is it? Or is that Twitch in general? I know that a whole bunch of crap happened today with verified and adult accounts and stuff like that today. But you're in the US though, that shouldn't affect you. Right? It's Twitch wide. Heck. Jay says, I lost all my budgets while moving, at least they are in good homes. I got that promise from the shop I donated them to. Aw. Oh, they're doing good. Yeah, they're all, I don't know if you can hear them back there, but they're all chirping away like crazy right now. I'm sorry that you had to lose yours though, Jay. The moves, they sometimes do that. But I'm glad that you're going to go to good homes. Cynic says, oh, by the way, are you streaming VR chat later today? I might be. Smiley's getting off of work early today. And because of that, I might choose to just kind of hang out with him instead of being on VR chat. But we'll see. Creeper says, unless I'm a mod on those channels, I can't talk because I can't merge the accounts. Oh. Well, I wonder why it's letting you use this account. Is it because... Huh. Oh! Because you can't merge the accounts. Bird brain moment there. Sorry, I'm understanding now. Zephyrus says, hold on. I have to verify my age in Discord and Blue Sky today. I think a new law, a new law came out. There's been a whole bunch of garbage going on today. I don't know. I know the UK basically signed into law that sites like Discord, Blue Sky, and I think even Twitter all are going to require some form of age verification now. And I'm sure other websites as well, at least the popular ones. And there was one more thing that was happening too. I think this one affects US citizens too. But what was it? Itch.io, which is a website that hosts games and things, got that new law as well, but they're making it effective for not just UK, but also the US. And it's mainly because of the payment processors. Apparently they made some kind of rule that's causing issues. Yeah, he's a fun bean, Jay. But that means that a whole bunch of games got booted off, and assets too got booted off of itch.io, or at least pulled off of the main search pages and stuff. I think you can still get direct links to them, but you can't search for them anymore, unfortunately. Creeper says, because this is my mobile account and it has my phone number. You might be able to change the name of it, so it says like your normal name if you want. It's been talking with a few friends. Yeah, we've already sort of been affected by it because a whole bunch of our friends are from the UK. Oh yeah. Cynic says, wait, what happened? I had to get laundry. I already tried. Same with Steam. So the UK, or I think it's the UK, not Europe, but like the UK, basically made it a law that websites have to verify your age for places where you can talk to people. So places like Blue Sky, Twitter, Discord, and probably even Steam, you need to verify your age to do things like DMs, access more, not adult content per se, but just like, well, more adult content, I guess. Not specifically like X-rated or anything, but like rated R. Things that are usually labeled as like, yeah, you need to be like 21 or old. Whoa. Uh-oh. What happened? There we go. Just face planted there. But yeah, they're requiring a whole bunch of websites suddenly to do this. I don't know if this was just like out of the blue or not, because a lot of places seem to kind of be unaware that this was going to happen. Zephyr says, I'm sure some of this down to stop kids in gambling games, loot crates. I would say probably. But it does seem to kind of be towards sites and things having adults on it, and they don't want the kids talking to the adults. Did I say that right? I think so. Oh no, he tripped. Went straight for the floor. Cynic says Steam was because the payment providers were forcing them to, from what I know. Yeah, that's also what happened with, I think it was itch.io. They were basically told, like, yeah, you need to, I think it was not so much a law for those ones. It was more along the lines of like Visa and MasterCard both were like, hey, we don't want our users to buy adult content on our payment cards, which is, in my opinion, absolute garbage, because they kind of, in a way, have a duopoly right now, and they're both deciding to do the same thing, which means, and I'm not much one for NSFW content, but at the same time, I don't think it's right to tell people, hey, we as a company want to stop you from enjoying what you want to enjoy. And I find that really garbage. Like, you give person money. When I tell you to give person money, it is none of your business, like, who it's going to. Unless you're doing something illegal, like giving it to someone to launder money or something like that, then I can understand it. But no, if you're just trying to enjoy content, regardless of what it is, that's garbage. Nova says, UK had the law, Europe have similar laws, and US are pushing stuff too. So companies would just roll out stuff worldwide. Yeah, that seems to be kind of what's going on right now. Let me take a moment to breathe here. Creeper says, yeah, it all started in Austria, or is it Australia? Australia. Parents were getting mad that their kids were buying adult games. Why did kids, were they buying like the games from Walmart or something like that, where they don't have to like have their IDs checked? Because that's something you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have your IDs checked for adult games. I remember, I forget what game it was when I was a kid that I tried to buy for like a PlayStation 1. But like, it was rated M. I can't remember what the game was. I thought it was fun though. And I wasn't 18 yet, but they carded me. They're like, hey, I need your identification, your ID card to buy this game, or have your parents with you. I was by myself at the time, so I wasn't able to buy it. How many GTA games were owned by under 18s? Dude, if you watch like the GTA troll videos, you'll be surprised how many of those users sound like 14. It's nuts. Wow, I'm getting a extra workout today. Cynic also says, I've always said that the internet will get crappy once governments start making more strict laws about it. It's amazing it took this long to do it, but at the same time, I think they're doing it the wrong way. Diamond says, very true. The worst part is that because they have so much power over online payments, they can then block anything they might dislike. And that's my problem. If there was other options, I could see how one payment processor could say no, but there's like only really two. There's Visa and MasterCard. There's also Discover and a few others as well, but like there's not much. Nova says parents should be punished and fined for letting their kids do this. I'd say, yeah, maybe. Yeah, Mercel, yes, but at the same time, try not to say that on stream, only because I think that might be against TOS, and I don't want to get in trouble for that. I do agree with you though, I will say, but I don't do that myself. I do like to pay, if I can, I'd like to pay artists and companies and stuff like that for the effort that they put in to make a game that I like, which is not much recently. But if there is a game that I like, I do like to give them my money for it. Whew. Okay. Cynic says, yeah, I think it's bad because the new laws focus on doing the parent's job for them, which just locks them into a specific way of parenting. You mean not doing anything, as they've been doing for the longest time? Like, if you boot up VR chat, it's scary sometimes. Like, you'll go to a public world or something. Come on. Come on, camera. See my face. I bet you if I wasn't so far away from the camera, it would be fine. But it's amazing. Sometimes you go into a public world and you hear people that sound like they're 12. And I hate that, you know, because I know what's going on there. The kid is probably, not, I don't know this for sure, but the kid probably is a bit of a misbehavior. So the parents just go, okay, I'll buy you an iPad. I'll buy you a phone. I'll buy you a VR headset. Go have fun so I don't have to take care of you. I hate that thought so much. I don't like that. Also American there. Is that because of the, hold on, violation of freedom of speech? They did the same with guns. For a while, I couldn't use my payroll card to buy anything gun-related. I forget. No, that can't be right. No, I mean, you're probably right, but I'm thinking about something else. Because we like to buy those kinds of things as well, periodically. However, I usually use cash. So I don't know the truth of like a Visa or MasterCard saying no to that. Huh. I never even thought about that. I wonder if it's just because I live in Ohio. Maybe the rules are different. Or laws. Marcel says, yeah, I'd be paying too much. My parents don't want to open a bank account for me, and because of that, I can't even get a student job. Huh. Well, I mean, you'll need an account eventually, right? Alright, start tracking. Cynic says, I have a friend that is 13 now, but younger when I was met him, and honestly, it just pains me to see how much he's getting influenced by all the weird stuff that happens on VRC. No, there are sometimes when I'm in public lobbies. Hold on, let me see. It wasn't Visa, it was the payroll processor. I see. They ended up getting slapped on the wrist over it. So can you buy stuff now, or are you still locked behind that? There's been a couple times where I'm in public lobbies, and I don't know what causes it. Because when I go to public lobbies, I'm on my Quest. I don't use PC VR because I'm just trying to relax. I'm not trying to like show off or anything. But I go to public lobbies, and when you're on the Quest, a lot of avatars show up as their imposter, which basically takes a snapshot in like 100 different ways of your avatar in its default state. And there's been a couple times where the default state of someone's avatar might look different after it's been loaded in and they change some settings. And the default state sometimes has very NSFW things all over it. And then I go, hey, just letting you know, but we're in a public lobby and you got some assets out that should not be out right now. And they just basically go, I don't care. And there's nothing I can really do past that. But I'm thinking in my head, these people that only have their imposter request users are kids. And I hate the idea that someone who might possibly be 11 or 12 is seeing that kind of stuff. I hate that so much. I can. Creeper says, I can, but I don't work for that company anymore. Now I have a Regions account. I don't know what that means, but that's pretty cool. Why do you think we ran kids off Swamp? Did you? I mean, at the same time, you guys would troll the crap out of them. So they wouldn't want to be there. Come on. Which, to be honest, I agree with that. There's no real way to verify anyone's particular age or anything like that. So, at least on a Gmod server like that. But stuff kind of like that was also one of the reasons why I left the one Gmod server that I was a part of. I was really not a fan of it because it kind of happened all of a sudden. There was just NSFW stuff happening. Oh, everywhere. Whew. I think I need to stop talking for a second. Hold on. Oh, we're already at 30 minutes. Whoa. Whew. And it definitely got hot in here. We're at 80 degrees in here, and I'm doing this. Wow. Catch your breath. I definitely need to. I've just been yapping. I didn't necessarily get yelled at, but I definitely got like talked to. It's like, you talk a lot on stream, but I'm like, but like that's like the whole point, isn't it? To talk. Okay, let's turn it off. Let it turn off. It takes forever for it to turn off, so I'm just waiting for it to do that. And it's still running. There we go. Okay. And then we'll put it off to the side. Give me just a moment. I'm putting the treadmill away. There might be a chance that I'm going to get a different exercise bike as well, so maybe we'll swap it up with that as well. Okay, let me get the ball. Get on the ball. Okay. Nazumia Avali. Hold on, I need to grab the that's our first time chatter, Nazumia. I hope I'm saying that right. Avali. I'll read your message here in just a moment. I need to find the app. And then Shift R. Oh, hold on. Shift R. There we go. Hey, Digi. Digi says you hit affiliate recently, it seems. Congrats. No. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have hit affiliate. I think I have to manually enable that, and I don't want to enable that. I don't want people to give me money. I don't mind the people giving me stuff from Throne, like soda pop or cookies or little food items and stuff like that. Something that's really, really inexpensive is what I try to aim for with that. Because I really get a kick out of like getting treats like that. And I think that's totally worth it. I don't want people giving me money, though. I do this for fun. So I don't want to be paid for it, because then it turns into a job, and then I feel like I absolutely have to do it, and then it becomes not fun anymore, and then I'm just not going to want to do it anymore. But anyway, Nazumia says, I have noticed there are not many spaces for kids anymore on the internet. Roblox is starting to be for older teens and adults, for example. And that's kind of poopy if you think about it. I can't remember No, I know why Roblox is starting to do that. Adults have a really bad thing, and I might be wrong on this, but this is my opinion on this. But adults have a really bad thing for gambling stuff, like real life gambling. Like they actually like the thrill of like losing money or gaining money, and feeling like that's a really positive thing when that happens. And because of how Roblox works, with all of the little itty bitty things you can buy to make it basically a gamble on you doing something. Like you play almost any game on Roblox and there's a pass for this, or you can kill somebody in the game if you spend this amount of money, or you can respawn your character if you spend this amount of money, stuff like that. Adults, unfortunately, are kind of suckers for that, and I think that's what might be pulling them in. Nezumia says, "You're saying it wrong, but also is it saying I'm first time? I was here a while ago." Yeah, over on the actual Twitch chat, it says you're talking for the first time. Creeper says, "Everyone still wants me to stream," and by everyone I mean like 6 people. Well, that's because that's your friend group, though. That makes sense. And if it's just the if you want to just keep it to those 6 people, maybe just stream in Discord. That's pretty good. Honestly, Twitch gets more stressful the more money gets involved, so you are completely valid for not wanting to. Who was that said that? That was Digi. I'll agree in that, although I personally do also like to give streamers money at the same time, like telling horrible dad jokes while I do it, so they have to either read it or their bot has to. It's fun. Cynic says, "I think a lot of spaces are kind of forced to change with how many rules there are now to make a site kid-friendly. It's just easier to not market to kids." Well, I don't think you should theoretically market to kids, because I know that's kind of what YouTube kind of did. If your video, I don't know how bad it is now, because it was really bad for a little bit there. But if you have a video that looks really kid friendly, be it like animation or maybe a cute little character, which makes me wonder about my YouTube videos, they'll automatically mark it as kid friendly. And then one thing I think what it is, you can't make money from it or something. I can't remember what the rule was, but you can't have comments, you can't have likes and dislikes and stuff like that. Like it just ruins the whole fun of being on there.
It is a known fact that the swordfish is the best dressed animal in the ocean. He always dresses sharp.
Yeah. Zephyrus, you dork. I love that. That is awesome. And it's a fish joke too. I love that so much. Let's see. Yeah, Ness. I'm gonna call, is it okay if I call you Ness? So I don't say it wrong? Or maybe if I call you something else. Could you give me a pronunciation like thing of your name? I'd like to call you right. Yeah, agreed. And Roblox making a dating app isn't helping. Ew. Why? I didn't know that. Why do they have a dating app? That's weird. That is technically supposed to be a kid's game, and they're making a dating app. That is so weird. Creeper says, "It's for the stream group I'm with." Yeah. Creeper says, "I just keep flashing back to when I got doxxed last time I streamed." That's what I mean. Like, just keep it. That's kind of why I keep almost everything off of, like all real life stuff, unless it's like a picture of my desk or something. You can't like do anything with that. But I gotcha.
Mirsel spent over 1K Robux on his avatar.
Of
It's the stinky verb Hio.
No, that would be you. I'm not stinky. You're stinky. You stinky bird. Hold on, I'm going to try and catch up here. Creeper says, "If I get swatted, I'm dead with how many guns I own." Yeah. I mean... Yeah. Nesumi. Is it? Hold on. Am I reading that wrong? Hold on, where are you? Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm a guys. Remember, I'm a single-celled brain or a single brain cell Diwali, and I was looking at Nezumi, and I saw the A at the end, which is part of a volley. So I thought, I thought it was Nezumia. Oh, that's so silly. I did a brain fart there. I'm sorry. Nezumia volley. You're adding A. Yeah. Mercel says, Mercel spent over 1,000 Robux on his avatar. What's the word I'm looking for? I also spent, because I did like boot up, because my friends were playing it for a little bit, so I was like, oh, let me boot up Roblox and make a volley character, because somebody said like if you don't do it soon, you might not be able to buy the volley parts because the artist that was making the volley parts was taking their content off the store. So I was like, ooh, let me get on there really quick just to make one in case for whatever reason I want to do that. And periodically I'll go downstairs and boot up the PS4 and play stupid games where I basically just waste time. I just like walk around and make lines in the thing and try and catch as much of the map as I can with my little volley character. I don't know, spending a little bit of time doing that. Did you know that if you play Roblox of all games on a console that has surround sound on it, it actually is in surround sound, which was really surprising. But that was really cool. No, your name was probably right, or not right, but like not pushed together. I don't know why I saw it. Like for instance, my friend's name is Blender Volley. So I always take volley as a separate thing from like the A, because so many people have like Cheeto Volley or Cheaty Volley or Blender Volley or all these different names that have volley, V-A-L-I at the end. So that's kind of, I think that maybe where my brain was going with that. So, but yeah, I probably have said it right before. Let's see. Creeper says, well, this guy, I didn't even have a Facebook. I have no idea how they got all my info. Yeah. Nozumi says, I think we talked on VRC and you said it right. Mercel says, yeah, I have a Protogen avatar. Cynic says, yeah, Roblox supports VR as well. Yeah, I can't imagine like being in VR and your hands are these massive blocks in front of your face. I feel like that'd be really annoying. Unless that's not how they do it. Oh, wait, no, I do remember that. It's not like that at all. I bought like a really cheap Quest 2 just to see how cheaply I could make a Quest 2 out of parts. And I think I spent a total of like $50 or $60 US dollars to buy 2 Quest 2s and a right controller, separately a head strap and separately a left controller that was broken. And I was able to fix the left controller and put a new thumbstick on it and tape up the ring that was cracked in half. And all of that for 2 Quest 2s, mind you. 2 Quest 2s, our left and right controller, and a head strap for about $60. That wasn't too bad. And then I was like, what do I do with this? And I was like, oh, Roblox is on the store. Let me download that. It's free. So I did that. And then I booted up not even joking, I booted up a game of eating fish. Like there was a game where you start off as an itty bitty little goldfish, and then you just gobble up other fish as a goldfish. I don't have a problem. DigiRaven says, I still need to fix my Evolve model. It broke on the software I use. Like what I have right now? Oh. I wonder what that word was. Can I see?
Nom nom nom. Fish.
On Rarudo, maybe tubing software. Oh, Digi. I don't know if it's the same reason. I've been having a lot of issues with Rarudo as well, where every 15 minutes it basically crashes and doesn't track anymore. Is that what you're having? I had to switch over to VNyan at the recommendation of Cynic there in the chat. And it's been, how long has it been? It's been 50 minutes and it hasn't crashed. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much, Cynic, for the recommendation. It's been working out very well. Creeper says I still need the factory reset on my my Quest 2. Quest 2s are still super like useful. I know a lot of people are like starting to poo-poo on them, but if you think about it, the Quest 3S is basically a Quest 2 with a slightly better CPU and a little bit more RAM. So if you're not running like really intense apps or anything like that, the Quest 2 is absolutely still a good piece of hardware. Well, Cynic, I was looking through the options. Hold on. I think it sort of does. Like, I'm not entirely sure. There's a couple things here that it kind of like talks about it. It does. I think, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that thing. Yeah. I was like looking at this thing because it supports like logging into Fansly, something called Chatterbait, which I'm sure is a more adult site as well. What else? I think there's one that says Pulsoid, but I think that's for a heart tracker, which is weird. Like it tracks like your heart rate and stuff. But that's pretty cool. I'm not going to get that. I don't want people knowing my heart rate. They have a setting to hide those options as well. Technically, they're actually being shown. I think if I put my mouse on here, you can see my mouse. Right there. You should be able to see that. It's you. But yeah, I don't care enough to be worried about words on the screen or anything like that. I'm not logged into any of those though. I have no interest in that, but I don't care. Are you not? I think I am actually using. Am I using Spout? Oh no, I'm using Game Capture. I should probably switch over to Spout. That would probably be advised. But right now this is working, so it shouldn't show the mouse if it was. Yeah, I think it's using Game Capture right now. Usually it doesn't show the mouse if it's Game Capture. I think with Rarudo it didn't. I'm just still cooling off here. It's actually cooling off in here now. I love the fact that the room itself cools off if I stop working out, but it heats up if I start working out. Like legit, I start producing heat like a heater in the room if I'm moving around. That is wild. Well, Spout is better anyway. I think it is, yeah. Different says, how does a starfish make things explode? Hold on, I'll let it read it.
How does a starfish make things explode? With seafloor explosives.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Cynic says, I'm actually responsible for Stream Avatar supporting Spout 2. Now I gotta check something really quick here. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm not using Spout on here either. I wonder how hard my computer has to work extra to do that. Let me pick up myself. Whee! Digi, I'm gonna take you now. Whee! Cynic says it's a newer feature. Ah, I see. Can you have two Spout sources at the same time? I'm not sure. Mercil says, oh my gosh, I just checked all the Robux I spent. I think I spent a total of maybe 500 Robux. I don't know. I can't remember the conversion, but I did not put much into the game. I think I only put like maybe like $10 into the game so I could buy all the Bali assets. And then I haven't really used it since. Cynic says it's just that OBS doesn't recommend having more than one game capture on a scene. I have so many game captures on my scene. I wonder if that's why my computer lags so much sometimes. You want to do it live? You guys want to do it live? Let's do it live. Let's switch over to Spout. Here, let's do this. Okay, add Spout 2 capture. We're gonna call this VNeon capture in all caps because I'm a dork. Actually, it looks like I did have it set up at one point. VTuber captures right there. Okay, add. Oh, and it immediately caught it. Oh, weird. Is it clear too? It looks sharper. Yeah, look at that. It actually looks better. Wow. You know one thing I should probably do? Let's see here. Graphics. Anti-aliasing. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, that's better. I don't know, like the colors just look better too. That's kind of neat. Now let's go take VNeon capture, go all the way to the bottom. Come on. And then put it there, and then turn that off. And then, oh, that's the wrong scene. Yeah, there we go. Guys, we did it live. Look at how much better it looks now. It doesn't have like the glitchiness anymore. It looks sharper. The colors are better, I think. Look at that. There's something kind of weird going on with the reflections, but that's I'll allow that. That's kind of neat. I like that. Cool. Now, apparently, Stream Avatars also has Spout support, but I think I have to. Ooh. So soda pops are for VR chat streams, but I will have a nice sip of water because I probably should have one. My mouth is pretty dry right now. There we go. What time is it? 10:58? Okay, we're good. Yeah. Thank you very much for that. It's funny. My mouth is getting dry, but I still don't realize that, hey, you should probably like have some water. So it's always good whenever a friend kind of goes around and goes like, hey, did you hydrate today? Cheaty mitosis. Digi says, 2 cheaties makes me think that you don't talk to me or my son again meme. Oh. That's an idea. I'll have to look into that. That's a funny idea. Sonic says, yeah, I'm going to have to look better. Or it's going to look better because it's rendering differently to OBS instead of a window and then removing the transparent pixels. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. It looks so much sharper now. That's awesome. Yes, so far VNeon is pretty sweet. Actually, I'm curious about my CPU usage now. Let me go check that real quick.
Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend. All right, I'm letting it like kind of chill out. Oh, you know what? What happens if I minimize this? Nothing really changes. I'd like to have that up though. So it uses all of the stuff that's happening on screen right now. It takes about 50% of my CPU, and 25% of my GPU, which is wild to think, but it's pretty cool. Looks good, and yes, drink water. Yes. Cynic says this is why every streamer needs a hydrate routine. I super agree with that. I super agree with that. DigiRaven says, ooh, funny idea for funny Avali. Gee. Hi, Piscetti. Piscetti says, hello, I am little friend. Hello. Head pats for Piscetti. General Dirt says, water is good. We might need it. as most of Earth's creatures are water-based, yes, we definitely need water. Cynic says 40% of it is used for Windows. You know, you're sort of like joking about that, but like really Windows has become so freaking heavy recently. It's so silly. I really wish. Oh no, I'm serious. Oh, that's why I was saying you might be joking, but no, that's legit. That's legit. Like such a thing. Like, let me look through here real quick. Actually, a good like percentage of my CPU is being used by the Meta streaming software. Let me close that real quick because that's how I get my my full body tracking working, and it just kind of runs in the background all the time. Because when my computer boots up, it starts. So what is it? Control Alt F4. Okay, I wish it would just do that without me having to smash the keyboard like that. But there we go. Now we're using 45% of our CPU. Wow, look at that. What else is using stuff? 2% of it is being used up by Tickfinity, which I'm not streaming on TikTok right now, so I can close that. Let's see what it goes down to now. Windows uses whatever it can. You should Hold on, I have to wait for Digi to move. I think you're saying you should probably have it not auto start. The thing is that I mainly use this computer for VR. This computer doesn't get used for a whole heck of a lot else. That's why I have it set for auto start, so I don't have to go and start it. I just boot the computer up and then put the headset on and go. And I try to make getting into VR as the least restrictive as possible, because the fact that it takes 10 minutes to want to get into like you want to get into VR chat, and it literally takes 10 minutes to actually get there, and that to me is really annoying. So that's why I use the Quest 3 on standalone mode all the time for public stuff, just to enjoy it. Because like I just put the headset on, within 30 seconds I'm already in a public lobby with people. Like 30 seconds is super nice compared to 10 minutes. By the way, General Dirt, is it General Dirt or is it General DRT? If you like, I can shout you out really quick. I know you're an artist, but if you like to, I could do that. I don't want to like make you not want to be here by advertising every time I see you. Whoa, there we go. You take like a minute mostly about your full body trackers. Well, I mean like from because this is a dedicated machine for VR, I usually don't have it turned on. So like I have to wait for the computer to turn on, sign into Windows, wait for all the applications to load up. Then I have to put my full body trackers on and get the Quest Pro started and actually happily doing its thing. And then I have to get my headphones turned on. Then I have to get voice meter actually working correctly because it doesn't like to auto start, even though I have it set to auto start. There's like a whole thing. So the least restrictive I can make it is the best, because I don't want to. It's like there's some times where like a Huawei Wednesday comes up and it's like, I'm already late and now I have to boot up the computer. No. General Dirt is all good. Thank you though. Yeah. See, if my computer was always on though, which if I could, that's one thing I've tried to look into, is actually having the computer turn on, or not turn on, but have it in like, what is it called? Hibernate mode. I feel like it would start up a heck of a lot faster, but for some reason, both sleep and hibernate don't work on this computer. I don't know why. If I put it to sleep, it just wakes right back up immediately. Whoa! An entire great white shark. Nanashi, you tiny little bean. How did you do it? How did you do it? It's got to be all that ankle nibbling you do. You're almighty and powerful now.
Nom de ankles nom nom.
Yeah. Yeah. I see how it is. Bonesley escaped? Zephyrus says that will be motherboard settings for power states. Well, I nibbled the fin and they couldn't swim away. Well, they just couldn't get away from you. That's all it is. I'll have to look into that. I don't think I ever went into the motherboard settings to change anything like that, but I would like to be able to put the computer into hibernate mode or sleep or something. Sleep, preferably, so I can just like come in here, hit the power button, and then boom, I can be in VR. That'd be really nice. Or maybe I just reinstall Windows, because I have been thinking about that. Am I on Windows 11 on here? Yeah, I'm on Windows 11 on here. And Nashi says, well, I nibbled their fin and they couldn't get away. Oh, I saw that already. Yeah, tiny little demon bird. Too powerful. Yeah. Ooh, a black 11. Did you win? Looks like Sonic won. Nicely done. Technically, there's a way to still be on Windows 10 for an extended period of time. I forget what the rules for that was, but you need to do certain things on your computer, and you can extend the usable life of Windows 10 on your machine without paying anything. I don't remember how much longer it allows you, but then after that, then you have to start paying for it. You can be on Windows 10, it just won't get updates. I think what was it? I think they were saying you can stay on Windows 10 and we will continue to make updates for it, but you have to continue to pay $40 a year for us to continue to do that. I think all of my computers... Is Smiley's computer on 11? I don't think his computer's on 11, and that's because on his computer we have to enable... what was that chip called? The TPM. We have to enable the TPM chip on his computer, and then he can upgrade to 11. But he's like, I'm sticking to 10 as long as I can. I'll be right back. I need to go make a little trip, if you know what I mean. And while I'm at it, I'm going to hydrate. Because we have filtered water in here. A nice little Brita filter. I wonder what they're gonna do. Oh wait, did I just... Oh, I can go outside the... I can go outside the bounds. Hold on, let me fix that. Let's see here. Cynic says, I'm gonna head out, gonna watch some YouTube anime. Have fun. Have a good one, Cynic. Thanks so much for hopping on in. Always great to have conversations with you. Have a good one. Everyone, if you didn't know, Cynic1254 there in the chat is also a streamer. And get this, guys, get this. They're an Avali, they're a bird, and you know what that means? You gotta collect them all. They're like Pokemon. Go catch their stream, which will probably be later today. They're right there in the chat. Go check them out. All right, now let's take our thing here and limit the space. There we go. You know, if I had proper hand tracking, I could make some really funny things. Like, because I'm always here in the middle of the screen, but then I could use my hand to go out there and grab like a chat message from the right-hand side. That'd really throw people for a loop, I think. Mercel says, I feel like I'm counting my finances. I mean, if you think about it, if you're talking about your Robux that you were spending earlier, you kind of are. You'll be surprised sometimes. As you get like for real stuff, like if you're paying for things online, like Netflix and Hulu and YouTube Premium and VR Chat Plus and all these things that you just kind of have, but they seem like a really small amount of money until you add them all together. And then they don't seem so small anymore, because now at that point, those four things I mentioned earlier are close to like 30 or 40 bucks a month. Or sorry, total. 40 bucks a month total there. So if you go onto your credit card or debit card history and look at all your payments for the last month, and then add together all of the monthly services that you're paying for, because I've done this a couple times. Because every so often I do this just to make sure I'm not spending ridiculous amounts on, because like you don't necessarily like, okay, well here's my credit card statement, I'm gonna pay it and then be done with it. But then you go into your recent transaction, you go, holy crap, I've been spending $50 on stuff I'm not using. Because like, yeah, I love, and I do pay for VR Chat Plus, and I do necessarily somewhat get use out of it. But is it worth 10 bucks to me? Not really. But I also like to support VR Chat because there's something that I use a heck of a lot, and I feel like that's something that deserves my money for that kind of stuff. But things like Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, I think it is. When I saw those transactions on there, I'm like, I haven't booted up Netflix in 3 months, and I'm giving them how much a month for this? And they happily keep taking your money too. It doesn't matter if you use it or not; they'll keep taking it. So yeah, just go through there and go, like, do I really need this? You know, and because like what you can do is, if there's like one show that you really watch on there, just get Netflix for 1 month, grab your friends or your significant other and watch the whole entire series, and then get rid of it again. You know. Like that's what we used to do. My family we would all get together on the weekends and go into my mom's living room, and we would all watch what was that show called? Trying to remember it. It was the one where the Carl, the meme where the dad's talking to his son, going, Carl. Walking Dead. There we go. Hey there. Your message did not come up. Who is that? Numix. Hi. Are you on YouTube? This happened again. Really? Where is my talking software? It's been doing something weird new recently. So let's do this. It says it's already added. Activate. But wait, it was working before. I'm gonna have to keep in mind I have to Can I make it so that it automatically opens these? Okay, I think I set it to automatically. So what it does is it opens the chat box of YouTube and Twitch and just parses the information coming from that and then puts it on my screen here. Diamond says, wise words from a smart bird. I know, but like that's something that people overlook sometimes. Yeah, don't look at payment history. Yeah. One thing that I noticed recently is my sometimes you actually like for instance, I started paying for well, I mean, yeah, it takes the information from the chat and parses it and puts it into the chat, and that's all it does. It doesn't actually minus avatar 250 plus 80 plus 139. Oh wait, oh, is that all of your transactions? What's the 250 one? 2,683. Let's do this really quick here. 2,683 Robux in US dollars. So that's about 23 bucks. That's not too bad considering that VR chat avatars start at around 35. Some of them can be cheaper or free even, but like there are usually ones that are paid that people usually go for, and it's like $25, $35 for an avatar. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, but now convert that to Bosnian money. What currency does Bosnia use? I don't know. What? Okay. Is the convertible mark or the Bosnia Herzegovina convertible mark? Hey, Cheesecake. Howdy, hey. How you doing, Bean? Sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday. I like 4:00 p.m. I was in the middle of a stream. I'm like, dude, I'm getting tired. I need to go lay down. And I did. I went to go lay down, and then I slept until 5 o'clock this morning. So I almost got a full like 11 hours of sleep there. I've been waking up, like I've been going to sleep at like midnight to 1 every day, and then waking up at 5 because my body just happens to do that. And then obviously I was running low on hours of sleep, and my body was like, nope, you're done, go lay down. I'm like, okay. Just all of a sudden. So now what is it? BAM. So your currency is BAM or KM. So let's see. 22 US dollar in BAM. So that is 36.72 BAM or convertible marks. Which is still, to me, 22 bucks. I don't know what that necessarily means for you. I mean, obviously, you're also a younger individual who probably doesn't have a ton of expendable monies at the moment. But for me, 22 US dollar, and it's all what's the word? It's all relative. So for me, I have enough to spend $25 or $35 on an avatar if I wanted to, but that might be like a considerable chunk of change for someone else. So I got you. But I mean, here's the thing though, Mercel, are you having fun with it? Because if you're having fun, then it's worth it, right? Like I have a ton of fun with my avatars and stuff like that, and all the money that I have spent over the time of getting the textures done for them and the avatars themselves and the assets and all the add-ons that I put on my avatars. I have fun with it, and if I have fun with it, it's worth the money. Cheesecake says that's fine. I was just poking around on Blender yesterday in preparation for an update on the world I mentioned to you last Wednesday. Neat. I don't think you mentioned if you got the world, though. I'm pretty sure you were the one I was talking. No, in fact, I remember our conversation now. Uh, you did get the world from that person, right? Like the world file? You never caught it. Darn. Don't forget to do exclamation point pokey start to start your adventure if you're on Twitch. Mercil says, now let's consider everything else, and yeah, I do get a lot of fun. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. Numik says, I haven't spent a dime on my avatar. Yeah, look at you being all fancy with your own avatar. Your very own avatar. That's cool. I wish I could do that kind of stuff, but I can't. Man, I wonder what an Avali by Cheaty would look like. I don't know. For me, there's so many Avali out there. There's so many options already that it's like hard to really think about creating another one that would be so different that it would be its own special thing. Like, here's the thing, Numix, your avatar is obviously very unique in its own way, right? So I could probably do something if I were able to make stuff, but I just can't. Oh, hey, YTV is back. Yeah, I had to boot up the application over there. It basically I have an application that takes all the different chats from all the different services by having the website itself open, and then it finds the chat box and then takes all the messages and pulls them and puts them on the screen for me in one spot, which is really handy when you're a multi-streamer. Cheesecake says, my friend and I bought the world. Yeah, but didn't that guy like kind of try and mess with you a little bit? So you guys got the world before he said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. The guy gave us a bar asset system. Ah, I see. Creeper says, I hate to think what my avatar is going to cost because I want one pony and one anthro with the full uniform and my M4. Well, it depends, because I believe there already is an anthro pony avatar. I don't know what it costs for a regular pony, like for a four-legged version. I don't know if that would be enjoyable to be in VR with. If you're going to do VR, that is. But an anthro one, there is a relatively nice looking anthro pony model that's out now. I forget what the name of it is, unfortunately, because I was gonna get a Ohio version of that at some point. I just never got around to it. But there is one of those, and there might be someone who could retrofit pretty much anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's already a uniform of some sort that you could put on your avatar and then just pay someone to texture both your avatar and the uniform. And then if you're talking about how expensive a gun is, you could probably find tons, especially like a well-known one like an M4. Just grab it, maybe even for free off of an asset shop somewhere. Would it be functional? I don't know, but you'd have one. Numik says, reasons why my avatar is so cheap is greed. But that's good, Cheesecake. Good to hear that. That they gave you a bar asset anyway. I think I might need to start looking into talking or maybe just trying to make a world myself. But something I want to do for VR chat is have a world that looks like, it's literally like what's behind me right now back there, where the you see like the outside window of oh, you know what, I think I have an idea already, actually. But what I want to do is I want to have a world where it's basically just like the window that I always used to stand in front of at the Avalon apartment. Because the Avalon apartment is, I love that world. That's my favorite world to go to as a home world. It's just gotten so heavy that I can't hit a respectable 60 FPS in it anymore when I want to go stream. So what I want to do maybe is maybe, because I've already kind of done it. Behind me here, there's a video basically of that world. So you can kind of see that back there. And so it looks like I'm in the Avalon apartment right now, but I'm actually not. But what I want to do is I want to take a video of the window and stuff, and then put that on a video player that basically takes up the entirety of my background, so that when I'm in VR chat and moving around and the camera's following me around, the background moves as it should. Because like right now I'm moving around and the camera should theoretically be following me, but the background is stationary because all it is a video. So your UBCS uniform. So is it like a very, very specific uniform? Like it can't just be like another uniform with the same colors on it and stuff? Fry Otter says, I finally got my trackers ordered. That is awesome. What trackers are they? I'm assuming slime? Here, you guys want to know something interesting? Let's see. Let's do this really quick. Let's look up something that a lot of people, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people have. So let's go look how expensive is, or how much is Netflix a month. Netflix has 3 monthly subscription plans in the US. Standard with ads at $7.99, or standard at $17.99. It's that expensive now? And premium at $24.99. Holy crap! I did not realize it was that much. Wow, it used to just be straight up like $7.99 before. Wow. Holy cow, my guy. All right, so obviously nobody wants to watch Netflix with ads. So let's just pretend that we're gonna get standard Netflix at $17.99 a month, which I would not do. But that's stupid. That's so expensive. Holy cow! Like, and I'll show you why it's so expensive here in a second. So you pay for it monthly. So you have a guaranteed you're gonna pay this much a month, and there's a chance, because again they have gone up over time. There's a chance that it might even go up. So take this next thing with a grain of salt. But $17.99, right? Times 12. That's 12 months in a year. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey Cheesecake Moz, thanks for hitting that follow button.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. That scared the crap out of me. Anyway, Cheesecake said the project I'm working on is... Hold on, let me get that drink of water. Sodas are drinks of water on these particular streams. And use your mom's Netflix. Ah, I see. Hi, Benny Volley. How you doing? Keeper says, I have a full movie-grade UBCS uniform from the second Resident Evil movie, and that's always been Creeper's uniform. Oh, interesting. What you do there is you have somebody retrofit it to an avatar and then change the what is it called? The weight painting of it so that it actually matches your character's outfit. Or not outfit, but avatar. But Cheese says the project I'm working on is building a structure for VR in pieces, and currently I have the structure and some train tracks. The goal is to add it to the existing world, and if that's not possible, just make a second separate world. One of my friend group members said that it should be Cheesecake's house, but I realized that one of my other Sonas is a hare named Django, and the world is supposed to be a desert inspired by Fallout New Vegas. Ah, I see. Is this like you're on the train and like the outside of like you're inside the train almost all the time, but it's constantly moving outside, so like you're always on the train and it's technically moving, but like the only thing that's moving is like the train tracks and maybe sometimes like a cactus or something like that goes by. I've seen something like that put together before. That was pretty cool. Not that particularly, but there was something similar to that. Jay says slimes are great. Jay also says I own the Vive Ultimate Tracker and they are pretty good. I've wanted to get into slimes. I just had a bad taste of that put into my mouth by trying to use phones as slime trackers, and then I always see other people using slimes and they constantly have to like reset them all the time. And that of course depends on what it is that you're doing with the slime trackers. Like if you're zooming about and whipping your feet around in a dance move or something like that, then it might not be the best bet for you. But if you're kind of like just chilling, they tend to seem to do a lot better. And there's a ton of different ways that you can reset the trackers as well. I always thought you had to like stand straight up in a T position and do it, but you don't have to. You can be laying on the floor in a T position, sitting down in a standard sitting position, or you can be standing up in a T position. Something like that. Creeper says, then I'll worry about getting a job first, then getting my Quest 2 running again, then the Avatar. Yeah. I've wanted the Vive Ultimate Trackers too, but the only thing I don't like about any of the base station ones or the Vive Ultimate Trackers is that if you have a Quest headset, you have to do that figure 8 thing to make them sync up and stuff like that. And I have tried to do that with my current trackers, which actually don't require you to do that, but I thought maybe I could get better tracking if I were to do that. And it just doesn't work for some reason. And I'm like, I don't want to get like these really expensive $500 trackers and then not be able to sync them. If I don't just go back to buying guns. Yeah, I know how that is. Sometimes Smiley's like, ooh, gun. And he shows me and I'm like, but do you need it? And he's like, but gun. I'm like, I know. I totally understand. It's like me whenever it comes to like old computers. And it's like, ooh, Smiley. And he's like, what? He's like, look at this computer. Look at what it's got. And he's like, what has it got? It's like, it's got a plasma screen on it. And he's like, is that good? I'm like, it is to me. It's cool. And then he goes, you don't need that. I'm like, but I do. It's not a bill of needs. Cheesecake says the train is going to be static because I don't know what I'm doing still. Blender works okay for me being new, but I don't have much knowledge and Unity is still broken for me. So I'll have to get help on my Unity side. I'll be willing to send you what I've made if you're interested in looking or maybe helping clean it up. I don't know enough about Blender or Unity to probably do. I still haven't even done one world yet. I'm thinking about trying to figure out how to do that if I have to do what I want to do. Interested in looking at maybe help clean it up. Any help, even if it's just feedback, is appreciated. I wish I could help with that. Now, somebody who I mean, Jay would probably do it because they do it as a job technically, so there'd be a little bit different there. But someone who really could help, and I may even mentioned it last night while we were talking, but Jay Architect there does that kind of stuff for sure, or at least light stuff. I don't think they do anything really heavy or anything in world creation, but they do light stuff sometimes. Jay says, I used to be a dev and I left because slime is not user friendly, and I wanted the team to push for user ability or user friendly and an open calibration. The higher up devs pretty much argue with it. Jay also says, "Hi-oh, I've used my mom's Quest 2. They fixed a lot of the issues. Vive is a flagship." Oh, that's right. You have a Vive. So like the Vive Ultimate trackers like just work with your headset. I wish they could work a little easier with the Quest 2 though. Creeper says, "You two are so cute together. Love hearing Hayo and Smiley's story time." Jay says, "I make worlds myself." I could. I don't know if maybe you could like look at something. Just not maybe because obviously you would be paid for any work that you do, but if you could like maybe look at something with them and go like, okay, well, here's where something's wrong and here's where you could maybe improve. I don't know if you could maybe do that. Oh, no way, really? Now you don't have to use like Open Space Calibrator for it to work, do you? That'd be really cool if you could do that, Jay. That'd be really cool. I didn't know that. Oh, I gotta look that up, because if I could stop using these jank trackers that I've been using for years at this point, and I could just use the Vive Ultimate trackers, I so totally would. Is it like, what is it, like an app that you install on the headset to make it work with it or something, or is it through PC still? Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see how it works with the Quest 2, because I think that would be more apt for what I'm looking at. If it's through the Vive software, or sorry, the Vive headset, it probably wouldn't apply to me. But if you could show me it working on a Quest 2, that'd be really cool. Just PC over Vive Hub. How expensive are Vive Ultimate trackers now? Cheaty's making bad financial decisions. Vive Ultimate tracker. You got Vive trackers as a gift from your friend? That's wild. That is really cool, though. That is really cool. Your friend is pretty cool. Not a lot of Vive Ultimate trackers, though. There's all the older ones, which are still more expensive than the Vive Ultimate trackers. Here, let's just go to Vive's website. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not paying attention to chat right now. I'm like really interested in how expensive these are. They're not really showing up on there. Track to the max. Save to the max too. All right, enlighten me. Vive Focus Vision, Vive Ultimate Tracker, Vive Wireless Dongle? Wait, just one Vive Ultimate Tracker? Vive Ultimate Tracker. Where's the one where... Okay, so their Vive Ultimate Tracker setup is $559, which is cheaper than it is over on eBay right now for a used pair, which makes no sense, but that's pretty cool. They're tricky. The light from the sun is a big no-no. I have shades on the window in here, so it should be fine. Okay. It says the normal value of these vibe trackers is $6.59, which I don't know if that's true. I think they used to be $5.99, but maybe the price recently went up because of, you know, inflation and stuff. That's just eBay for you. I mean, sometimes I get some really cheap stuff on eBay. Like I bought myself a second Oculus Rift CV1 just to get another controller for my full body tracking that I've put together. And it only cost me like $90 for the whole thing. Two other base station things, 2 controllers, and a headset. And then I bought an Oculus Go for like, I think it was like $30. I spent $30 on an Oculus Go, which is a very outdated headset. But I was like, hey, I want to try and use this for watching YouTube and stuff, and that didn't work out as a plan. But excuse me, Mayo. Aw, Slushy's having fun. That's good to see. He's hanging upside down right now. I wish you guys could see that. And Mayo just does not like that he's doing that. You guys are being such goobers. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could see that. Oh my gosh, they're being so silly. You miss your CB2? Do you mean the Rift S? Hey, awesome cyborgs, how's it going? I didn't know they called it that, actually. Let me look that up real quick. I just want to make sure that that's actually what they call it. Oculus CV2. What's the difference between the CV2 and the Rift S? They're the same thing, aren't they? No such thing as a CV2, Dev Kit, DK1, DK2, CV1, Oculus Go, Quest, and Oculus Rift S was the end of the timeline. He's probably trying to sell you a DK2, or he's being silly. Maybe both. Oh, the CV2. That is the Oculus Rift codenamed CV1 with a triple sensor setup. Huh. Rift S, yeah. Yeah. Now, there was an issue with one of the headsets. I think it was actually the Rift S, where they messed up the microphone on it or something, where it would start making you sound like a robot. That was kind of doo-doo. Because I have heard a couple people issue with that. And they, if I remember correctly, they never fixed that. They kind of just... And that makes me really wonder what's going to happen to the Quest Pro, because it keeps seemingly getting worse and worse over time. And it makes me wonder, are they going to just basically brick this thing without a suitable replacement?
Oh shit.
Wow!
There goes the channel. Raya Hey Gaming just rated with 15 odd ones.
My goodness. Hi! Hi, Rio! Hi! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for hitting the follow button. How was your guys' streaming today? What were you guys streaming? By the way, if you need to get going,
Raya Hey Gaming.
By the way, if you need to get going really soon after streaming and stuff like that, I totally understand. That's how that goes. I have to do the same exact thing sometimes. But thank you so much for stopping on in today. My name is Hayo Cheaty Bird. We do morning streams around this time for doing a little workout where I'm on a treadmill walking around. I'm bouncing all over the place, and we're just talking about whatever comes to mind. Or we're doing afternoon streams, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time usually, where we do some VR chat streams where we're just chatting as well. But yeah, you guys are more than welcome to follow if you like. But if you need to get going, I totally understand. I hope you guys have a fantastic day regardless. Rio He Gaming says, but how goes it? It's going pretty good. I've been having a pretty good one. I slept really well last night. I've loved that. Jay Architect says, like the creator of Oculus are making a new line, I hear. Yo, dude, that'd be cool. If that's true, I'd love to see what they come up with. Right now we're talking about VR headsets and stuff. Oh, hi, Rio. Hey. Hi. Yeah, it's them. By the way, it's Ben via Volley. I hate, how do I say that without sounding rude? our resident orange bird. Rio High Gaming says, sorry. Mood was lost, kinda. Was yours? Is Shy Bird. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You can join in however you like. It's up to you. But if you need to get going, I totally understand. Or if you need to lurk, I totally get that too. That's what I usually do too. I have a wireless headset, so whenever it comes to somebody raiding or Wi-Fi raid out, then I'll say hi to them, have a little conversation with them, and then I'll go, okay, time for lurking. I'm going to be listening still, but you know, I won't be able to talk to you because I'm going to be downstairs doing the dishes and taking a shower and cleaning up the yard and all that stuff, you know. Rio High Gaming says NVR stuff was dying. Oh no, trust me, I know how that goes. I know how that goes. My VR stuff that I've been having. Oh wait, hold on. Were you doing just chatting? Were you doing a VR chat just chatting stream? Oh, I eat during Wobby Wednesday, even if I was too shy to go. Oh, nah. Okay. But no, we also have we're trying this new thing where we try to do it later in the day now too. So if it works out for you, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we also have a secondary meetup both on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we do the video there too. Oh my goodness. What? Wow. Welcome back, Cynic. Huh, I wonder why that didn't work. Try toss. Real High says, oh, I eat during den too. Yeah, that worked. That was weird. I wonder why throw didn't work. Oh, that's right. It's toss, hydrate, and confetti. Confetti is the other one, not throw. Because throw is something that the streaming avatars takes care of. If you add anything else to it, it'll actually freak out about it. Which is weird that it's not freaking out about it now, but there you go. that's technology for you. Jay says, hey, at least you're not remembered as the bird who fell asleep during an old AA meetup and refrigerator. That's kind of funny. Sometimes people do actually fall asleep during Wobby Wednesday. It's happened a couple times. And what we end up usually doing is we'll wait till towards the end of the meetup. If there's still... Oh my gosh. Slushy, you are just like super active today. He's in there like grabbing onto the post and just flapping his wings like crazy. He's such a goofball. But people actually do fall asleep during Wobby Wednesday sometimes. So what we'll do is we'll wait until the end. Like if they're just using Wobby Wednesday as noise for them to fall asleep and sleep to, we'll allow that. But if they're still there at the end of the meetup and people are still there, we will kick them. And that's just because we don't want someone to like all the moderators leave and stuff like that, and then people start messing with them and stuff. We don't want that, so we usually will kick them out before all the moderators leave. Rio says, how tame are the budgies you have? Peach, which unfortunately you can't see them today. I don't know why the camera's not working, but there it is. Let me see if I can actually fix that. Let me go. That would be, but no, Peach is the one that is, she's yellow and she's the only female, I think anyway, that's in the cage, and she'll hop up on my finger, and I can get her to kiss my thumb, and sometimes I can get her to come out of the cage and kiss my nose too. But usually she doesn't like coming out of the cage too much. She likes being in there. But the other birds, Taco's pretty okay with hopping on my fingers sometimes when he's in the mood. But both Slushy and well, no, Slushy's been getting pretty good recently. He's been hopping on my finger too. But Mayo wants absolutely nothing to do with us. You dork. I saw something over there. I don't know what that was. Creeper says, well, that's enough War Thunder for now. Spawn camping, naughty words. Yeah. Like I said, when Renuki was here yesterday, she what is the word I'm looking for? Rated us as well. And she plays World of Tanks. And I was like, she plays World of Tanks because she loves herself. She doesn't like to get off of work and then hate life. Because I see Smiley. I used to see Smiley play War Thunder. He used to be really into it, and he would just like sometimes get really ticked off at it because like, oh, this I died, but it shouldn't have died, and all that stuff. And it's always kind of funny. Cynic says, "Hey, don't worry about it." What was that? There was something over there. All right, Jay, have yourself a good one, Bean. Again, guys, if anyone is interested, Jay is also a content creator. Well, yeah, technically, they do creation of worlds and creation of avatars and texturing and stuff like that. Their commissions, if I'm correct, are currently open. So if you guys would like to check them out, they're right there in the chat. That's J Architect 1. I believe. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can do this. Let me give you guys a link. Where is Jay? Jay. Where's Jay? Where is Jay? Hold on. I was just talking to you this morning. Why aren't you? Oh, there you are. Jay, you might want to... Not going to lie. You might want to change... a little bit of your name so that because right now that doesn't look like Jay to me. That's a little hard for me to see that, but you did give me a link. Where is your link? There it is. Here we go. Where is the chat? Here it is. Ryo says, I mean, how we got them was from surrender to a pet store. Hold on, I gotta read that as well. Here's a link to Jay's website. It's under their older name of Valmise, but they're named J Architect, and they absolutely are up for taking your commission if you are so willing. Their prices are usually pretty freaking awesome, if I say so myself as well. Especially if you're just looking for, because like some artists or avatar artists start their commissions around like 120 or something like that, regardless of what it is that you want. Jay has easily, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe their prices are lower than that, depending on how complex your avatar actually is. So please do reach out to them if you are interested in getting a commission for an avatar. They're right there. All right, so Rio says, we had 2 budgies, but they were surrendered to a pet store. We were at... no one had cleaned their cage where their poop was caked in the cage. We're really scared of hands. Jay says, everywhere and nowhere. I mean, how we got them was from a surrender to a pet store. Aw, that's cute. Hi, Uzi. Welcome on in. Have a good one, Jay. Happy dreams to you if you're going. Thanks for hanging out today. It was really awesome having you. I think we've been live for 2 hours. Wow. That's hard to believe. Hugs to you too, Jay. Thank you. No, I think parakeets. I think parakeets are perfect little buddies. They sing to you. They try. Sometimes they try to talk to you. Like I'll go up to. They don't like my hands so much as they like my face a lot more. So if I go, oh, hi, Lost Wolf. Welcome on through. Thanks so much for hitting that follow button. You're awesome. Hope you enjoy your stay. But they like to listen to me talk. So if I put my face up to the cage, sometimes they'll actually walk up to me and then kind of fluff up, and then they'll just like look all like tilting their head and stuff like that as I talk softly to them about how pretty they are. And it's so cute. It's so cute.
Thank you for the follow, Lost Wolf 527.
I think at some point I would like to get a cockatiel. I have had one in my family before. Unfortunately, due to some constraints, the family ended up giving the bird to a pet store to someone else because we just didn't have and I wasn't the owner of it, mind you, but we just didn't have the ability to take it with us to the space that we were moving to. But I live in a house now, and I have lived in a house that I own, and I've lived in a house for the past 7-8 years now, and I've had birds basically the entire time I've lived here. And I think at some point, probably when these parakeets pass away, to not like have the negative attention or anything like that going to like other birds and stuff like that, that kind of thing, because they do get jealous. They definitely do get jealous. But I'd like to have a cockatiel, and I'd like to have just the one, and instead of having multiple parakeets and stuff where they more or less want to pay attention to each other, I want to get a cockatiel because like there's a friend of mine who what's his name, Xeon Evergreen, has a cockatiel, and it is just the most, it's a baby still at the moment, but it is the most adorable little thing. It actually calls out to him and goes, "Hey, I want attention," in another room. So he has to go over there and like pay attention to it for a little bit. And then he'll take it into the room he's in on his shoulder, and he'll start like nibbling at his hair and trying to groom him and stuff. It's so freaking cute. And I want to do that. I don't want to go to like a big, because the parakeets I have now are all from a big quote unquote big box store, because these guys were my first foray into getting birds, and I realized that if I wanted them to be more apt to being on my finger and being trained and stuff like that, having them from a proper pet store would have been the ideal way to go, because you can get them super young and they're way more easily trained, and you don't have to worry about were they abused at any time while they're at the pet store with all the kids coming in there and screaming at them and slamming their hands on the cages and stuff, all that, where they end up getting scared of hands. Because again, like my birds have absolutely no problem with my face. It's the hands they don't like. So I'm sure that's what happened. But no, that's what I want to do. I want to go to an actual pet store, like a proper one, where they care about the animals that they're taking in. And I'd like to get a parakeet, or not a parakeet, a cockatiel, and teach it to say words and sing songs, and probably also do that R2D2 noise, because that's so cool. But I don't know. I had one before. Oh my gosh! Oh you goober! Blaze Fox! You're ending your stream relatively early today. Hi, how's it going, Bean? We're talking about birds, you know, as birds do. Hi, Unlucky. How you doing today? Blyce, were you playing OSRS again?
Oh shit, there goes the channel. Blyce Fox just rated with 17 odd ones.
No, 6 p.m. is the time I'm supposed to end stream. Ah, I see. Oh, geez, I just realized the time. Oops, I should probably give my brother a text message. I have a thing that I need to do today, and I am not even washed up right now. Look at me being responsible. I have all the rest of the day today, too. Also, my Smiley sounds like he's still in there working right now, which he said he was going to be off of work today at 11, but he's not. It's 12. I'm going to have to go on there and tell him, what's up? What's up? What do you mean it's 11? Nuh-uh. That had been my timing. Unlucky says, doing good. Thanks, we were just lurking in Blyce's stream without them noticing. You stinker. You being time zones, am I right? Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that wild? Yeah. By the way, guys, actually, let me see if I can do this. Ah! Hi! Unlucky! Thank you so much for the follow. You're awesome, Bean. Thanks for stopping on in. Awesome Cyborg says. No, wait, hold on. Blyce says, but yeah, I was doing OSRS today. Was fun. Didn't get anything new today, but it was a good time. That's awesome. Yeah, we were just doing our morning little, our treadmill run, and then I sat down on my exercise ball, and I haven't shut my mouth since. I've just been yapping. I've been doing the bird thing. I've been tweeting away over here. You know how I do. Awesome Cyborg says, birds, dogs, be like no thoughts, head empty. That's me right here. Yeah, my one brain cell of volley brain.
Thank you for the follow, Unlucky_L0 key.
You can also do the sound effect, the little confetti thing, by typing !! confetti. However, whenever you do that, it's a lot less loud. It's a lot louder whenever somebody follows or raids and stuff like that. In fact, I've noticed we've had 2 raids today, and this is a new software I've been using here. But it's really loud when someone's raids. Ah, hey, I'm a sneaky shadow. Unicorn brain, no shut off. Unlucky says, haha, caught you when your guard was down. Yeah, I've been getting pretty scared of that. Rio says, I'm gonna go chill away from PC now after Mood gotten killed from things. I understand. Have yourself a good one, Rio. Thank you so much for hopping on in today. Hope to see you again soon. Let me do one thing before you leave, though. Hold on, that's the YouTube chat. There's the Twitch chat. Let's go to... Hey! Wow! Rio? There we go. Bird. Wait. Hey. It's not letting me follow you. Fine, you know what I'm going to do? That's right. I'm going to go to the twitch.tv website myself. That's right. And then I'm going to go to my channel. And then I'm going to find Rio. And then I'm going to hit the follow button. Hey, you know, let me follow you. Nice. And then I'm going to hit the follow button. Hey, you know, let me follow you. Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's illegal because, like, you're a bird, right? You're in a volley. And I wasn't following you already. We need more of volley. 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 Here, pause that. There we go. Yeah, did you know that Cynic is also... Oh, sorry. Cynical, remember. Cynic is also in a volley. They're a relatively new bird to the scene, but hey, you know, everyone's got to start somewhere. And Blyce is also in a volley. Although I think Blyce experiments sometimes. They obviously, with Blyce Fox is their name. They've been a fox. They've been a few different things, but I think they're settled on the volley right now. And then we got Paschetti. It's kind of funny. All the Avali are like coming together into one space. Paschetti's also one Avali. Their name is Cynic, but I keep calling them Cynic. For some reason, it's stuck in my head that that's how you say it, but it's not. It's Cynic. But their way of figuring out how to call them is like, you remember Cynical? Like, yeah, I was like Cynical, Cynic, not Cynic. That's how you do it. Yeah, this is a Cheaty stream is called the Birdcage. Yeah. Hey, nicely done there, Blyce. You caught it. The Binacle. Creeper says, I've been a fox, a horse, a pony, and tons of others. Never in a volley, though. Hey, you know, why not give it a try? You never have to totally settle on it, but it could always be fun. Birds with guns. Actually, on VR chat, there's a couple of different volley that have public models, and you can customize them slightly to kind of look more like your avatar, and you might get lucky with that. Unlucky said, Jaco PHL, thanks for hitting that follow button over on, or is it Jaso? I think it's Jaco, right? Over on twitch.tv, you're awesome. Hope you enjoy your stay. Jaco says, oh my god, it's a Cheeto. It's a Cheeto. What, where? What, where?
Thank you for the follow, Jaco PHL.
One of you. Wait, the Jaco? The Jaco. It's the Jaco. You've seen me. I see you. Do you see me? Are you sure? Do you see me? Oh, I can't go down further. Gosh dang it. Come on. Let me go down here. Hold on. Maybe if I go over here. Can I hide? Can I hide? I can't hide. How you doing today, Jaco? Hold on. I see bird. Oh, yeah. There you go. Take that follow, nerd. Get followed by nerd. I'm a nerd, a bird nerd. Get followed. I love how when I'm in I'm on my exercise ball again. You can actually tell because I'm bouncy. Cheesecake says, "Woo! The new VR update broke Django. Time to contact the one who helped me create him and troubleshoot." Oh no! Good luck to ya. It could also just be your VR headset needs to what is it called? Or is it VR chat that updated that broke it, or was it the VR itself? Interesting. Paschetti says, I think the last time I've seen Jaco was when he asked me to do some enterprise resource planning. Oh my god, wow, holy crap. Whoa, that took me a second. Wow, Paschetti. Wow. Wow. Wow, Paschetti. Wow. Blyce says, I'm going to go lurkies, help with some chores, but have a wonderful stream. Blyce, thank you so much for the raid, you awesome bean. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Go be awesome. Go get clean. Go have some food. It's a family-friendly stream. I know, but it took me forever to figure out what the heck you were talking about. I read that, I'm like, what does that mean? And then I like, oh. It was my hand tracking being a turd. Ah, I see. That's better. Don't forget your controllers. Controllers are super important. Territory says, hi, good morning. Hi. Did you change your name again? Good morning. How you doing? What are you doing over on YouTube? Is that who I think it is? Jacob says, are you on VR chat or is this a different VR software? This is Venium. Earlier, I was doing a treadmill workout where I walk on a treadmill and just talk with the chat. And then afterwards, I sit down on an exercise ball and just sit in front of the fan and cool off because it gets, when I'm doing that, it gets really hot in the room, which sounds so weird, but it does. Like I have an AC running and everything, but when I'm doing the treadmill workout, I just get really, not me, the room itself. I have a gauge in here for temperature. It's 75 in here right now. When I work out, it was 80, but then after I stopped working out, it went down to 75 again. So I just sit in front of the fan, cool myself off, and then eventually get off of stream and then go take a shower. Because, yeah. Territory says, hi, good morning. How you doing? Creeper says, well, Ollie just shot me down. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Creeper. Keep trying, though. Like there's a ton of Aldi's around, aren't there? Or something else entirely. Yeah, it's called Venium. It is one of the webcam tracking softwares. Hey, there you go. Your journey begins. Territory says, hi, Cheaty Bird. How are you today? I'm doing wonderful, Bean. Thanks so much for asking. Yesterday I had to go to sleep really early because my body just said, nope, you're getting older. You need to go take a nap. And then the nap turned into sleeping all night. This is how that goes. I've been going to sleep at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning every single night for the past week, and then also waking up at like 5:30 in the morning, 5 or 5:30, and that's like 5 hours of sleep every night. And then it just kind of caught up to me yesterday. Cynic says, "Huh, rookie numbers." I mean, I used to stay up 2 days in a row a lot. I used to do that until one day I started like getting kind of loopy, kind of almost as if I'm like some form of drunk from staying up for too long. I was like, this is probably not a good thing to keep doing to myself, so I stopped doing that. I used to be able to do that, not anymore. Creeper says, there is, waiting to hear back from the other ones. Yeah. Keep your head up high there, Creeper. Wishing the best for you. Oh, look at that high detail Cheaty up there. Yeah. All right, let me get this fan off of me a little bit so it stops plowing the microphone there. All right, so one of our questions here today, our conversation starters here. Before we do that, Territory says, are you not streaming on TikTok today? I got banned on TikTok. Darius, you stinky bird. Hi, how's it going? I got banned on TikTok. I think I have another 4 days, so maybe by Tuesday of next week I might be live on TikTok again. I don't know why I got banned. Completely oblivious as to why, but you know, that happens. So my guess is two things. I'm a furry streamer, and because I'm a furry streamer, we just happen to get like bombarded with reports and stuff like that, oh no, we're doing something wrong. And TikTok doesn't have like a actual person reviewing those things. So if they get bombarded with a whole bunch of reports, you just get banned. Another thing happened is that, something that my little VR chat, or not my VR chat, my streaming avatar characters at the bottom of the screen here do, is you can bomb each other by typing !bomb space the name of a person who's down there right now. You can do that across YouTube and TikTok and Twitch, which is really cool. But the problem is that I was saying during the streams, oh no, don't bomb that person, or hey, don't bomb this person. Oh no, I got bombed. And I think maybe that might have triggered a thing. It might have been triggered by that. I may have also said gay, which I know is something that they don't like. If you literally say the word gay, they'll ban you for that. Numik says, not gonna lie, cleaning 3D prints that Cheaty stream makes it 900% more enjoyable. What about the streams do you like, actually, Numix? I'm kind of curious. Creeper says, it was like the old Twitch. Furry streamers would get reported for nudity, auto takedown, and good luck ever getting your account back. I feel like that could probably... How to boom? Exclamation point BOMB or bomb in the chat. Space, the name of a person you want to bomb, or you can just bomb yourself by typing exclamation point bomb. And I believe it's free to do, so it doesn't cost you any virtual points to do that. Creeper says, but you are. Yes. That's actually how I got banned the first time, is by, I think I've been banned 3 times on TikTok. The second time I forget what it was, but the first time a friend of mine named Bassie came into the, oh my gosh, you guys all figured out the bomb. But my friend Bassie came in and he said, ha, gay. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to say that. Like, ha, gay? And as soon as I said that, within 5 seconds, literally, I got banned so quick. Like, I was using their streaming software, and I got the notification, which is incredibly loud when it did it. Scared the living crap out of me. But I got banned for a week for saying gay. Awesome Cyborg says, TikTok is gay. Ha! Faking gay. I'm trying to somewhat move away from TikTok at the moment. One of the reasons being is furries aren't really accepted over there anyway, so I don't know why I want to even use it that much. And it's kind of funny, a lot of the people who do donate over there, because you can't really turn the donations off over there, but the people who donate over there even sometimes say like, yeah, TikTok kind of stinks for us too, but it's like what we got. So they do what they have. And right now, TikTok is making a great thing for me because it's like, hey, I don't really want to use TikTok, and then they ban me, so I can't use it at all. So it's like, hey. That's kind of funny. Numix says, I usually don't watch streams too much, so this is the only stream I watch occasionally. That's awesome. I'm glad to have you in the background. To be perfectly honest, that's really what I kind of want my streams to be, is something that you can kind of have on in the background and just have like you know how people watch YouTubers where they just have like basically noise in the background, and you can comment on their videos if you ever want to. If you hear something that you find interesting, you can just comment your thoughts and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for my streams. Is hey, I can be someone that can be listened to in the background at like work and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I don't usually pick up on like if somebody comes through with like not so great topics, I'll usually ask them not to do that. Like there's been recently, not today, but recently this week, I've had a few people come through and try and bring up NSFW topics in the chat, and I'm just like, can we not? Very, very forward about it too. Like they were saying that they were going to do naughty things to me, and I was like, no. First of all, I'm in a relationship of like 11 years, so no thanks. And and also, this is an SFW stream, so if you don't mind. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. They were like showing up in groups, so I'm kind of curious as to what was bringing that in. Creeper says, I'm sure if you did gun stuff on TikTok, it'd do pretty well till they found out. What did that say? Hold on. Until they found out. Go with please. Until I was a brony or a furry. I don't know if, yeah, it's the people that usually cause the issue. Not so much the fact that if you have any, like, if you show off the fact that you're a furry or a brony or anything like that on the channel. If people just know that you're a furry or brony, even if you don't advertise it on the channel, all they have to do is just basically go and get a whole bunch of their friends to mass report your channel, and that's how you get banned. And I think that's what happened to me. Kind of funny, I let it slip the other day to a different friend group that I had a boyfriend at one point. 0 Fs were given, life was good. I mean, that's how it should be, you know. Mercel says, I'm back, welcome back. Oh, one of those, yeah. Biscotti said, did you say NSFW or NSFW? No, they were bringing in N, like not safe for work stuff towards me. I'm not gonna say what it was because obviously that wouldn't be a good thing. But they were basically making, but also being not safe for work about it. They were bringing in the, oh, you're a bird, you're a chicken. I'm going to put you into hot oil and yum, delicious, and all of that stuff.
Oh. Scream at Numix for me, will yat. From Darius.
Hi, Numix. Guess what? Guess what? Darius says hi. Yeah, that's what I was. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let's see if I can catch up here. The people control the moderation as much as people like to deny it. They really do. But the thing is that it's always used as a negative thing. Like there are a lot of people out there who do like actually really awesome work and stuff on TikTok. And all it takes is one, like, well, a couple really, but it takes just a couple people to just go, oh, I don't like this content, and then they just all mass report it. They'll even say they're doing it too. They'll go to someone's live and say, oh, you're a furry, I'm going to mass report you now. And usually the first reaction that people have is to ban that person from their lives, which I don't know if that works or not. But they'll usually end up getting their TikTok removed off of the TikTok lives for doing that. I mean, if you think about it, Paschetti, going off of that, the NSFW technically does mean like dirty things and stuff like that, but it also means like not safe for work, like certain topics that you don't bring up at work, even if they're not necessarily dirty or anything like that. Like, for instance, I would probably say politics, in some sense of the word, is not safe for work. Because I don't know, I would not want to bring politics to work, because I don't want to end up, because it always happens, you end up making enemies whenever you start bringing up politics somewhere. But usually when you're outside of work, you can just go, well, I don't like that person, so I'm not going to talk to them anymore, and then it's fine. But if you're at work and you bring up politics, then you have to go and like talk to them every single day because they're your coworker, and that's just not fun. So no one wants to do that. That's what I mean by NSFW. I don't bring up politics here. I try not to anyway. I don't bring up dirty topics and stuff, or try not to, at least. You know, all that stuff that you normally wouldn't do. And obviously that also brings into the fact you don't say words that are bad. I literally can say, I don't know why you can't say those words. So I don't do those either. And it's kind of funny. Sometimes I'll cover up like curse words and stuff like that with other words. And some people find that funny. It's what people mean with it. Yeah, that's true. Cheesecake says, oh my gosh, I had a similar issue happen once. The people talking NSFW were asking me if I was looking to do that with Cheesecake, and I just banned them from my stream. People nowadays don't have a filter, and sometimes keeping certain things in your head is better than not. I mean, there are certain things that I'll like entertain sometimes, like every once in a while, at least over on TikTok. People on TikTok seem to be the ones to do this, but they go like, show me your beans or something. Oh my gosh, you're screaming so much. Like, show me your beans, and I'll it's like, whatever. Like, I'll show the beans to you on screen. I'll tilt back and put my foot in the air, and there you go, or whatever. But that's about as far as I'll go. You know, or I'll put my hands, I can't do it, but I'll put my hands up on screen and go like, oh, these are beans too, look at that. Yeah, beans, you know, your little feedy things, and your hand beans. Everyone likes beans. Yeah, there you go. Blythe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hello, Zeppis. Welcome on through. I really should think, I think in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to close up shop here. I've been live streaming for almost 2.5 hours, and I do need to go take a shower and get out of here and go do some stuff. Excuse me. Why? Mayo? Mayo? What are you doing? Memes. What about politics in like a lore thing? I'm working on Quantian lore to include a little bit of galactic politics, but not enough to make it a complete focus. I mean, lore stuff is usually okay if I understand it. I mean, on stream anyway. But yeah, like sometimes I can talk like politics, and I mean I do have my opinions and stuff like that. So whenever it comes to like I don't want to say lore politics, like for a volley and stuff, I like to sometimes talk about that kind of thing. But whenever it comes to real life politics, it's like, nope. Like even with family, I don't really like to talk politics either way, because there's a lot of times where whenever I bring up politics, I'm not educated enough to make a proper educated opinion about stuff. I just see what I see on Twitter, on the news, on Blue Sky, whatever, and I go, okay, well, I do or don't like that, but I'm not going to talk about it to anybody. I probably should, but I don't know. Cynic says, volley politics are funny. I know, right? Oh, what's that?
Oh, HailShot24, thanks for hitting that follow button.
Hey, Shade. Is that Is Shade? Or is that L Shade? Thanks so much for the follow. You're awesome, Bean. Hope you enjoy your stay. Blaze says, I never really got into a volley politics. I just like to be a bird. The whole war stuff isn't my cup of tea. I think what we mean by politics about birds is the war. That's a new one to me. I think you're talking about like the war between like say like the Space Bird Federation and Avalon, where there's the Illuminate and stuff. That's kind of funny because like both the Abalican, so we have the Abalican who I believe use the Illuminate as their logo and stuff, and then there's the Spacebird Federation where we're like, we don't like certain things that the normal Avali lore stuff does, so we're going to go and branch off and do our own thing on a whole different planet, but still be Avali. That's kind of that's kind of fun to talk about in a lore only way. If somebody goes like, oh, you're part of that, I can't be a friend with you, then it's like, come on, dude, don't do that. Take it. It's all supposed to be fun and games here. We're not actually being serious. Nova says, so anyway, let's talk politics. What is with the Galactic Senate blocking planet trade routes? Oh my gosh, you dark. I like how even the pro AI faction is... Oh, hold on, I'm missing stuff now. Let's see here. Cynic says, I like how even the pro AI faction is like, yeah, we should probably not give the Oracle access to the internet. Yeah. I mean, that's also like the... I don't know. I think that was something that they did recently. Oh, maybe I shouldn't bring that up. That's actually getting into real politics there. Not your thing. I was going to bring up the real side of AI. Just so we're clear, by the way, I don't really like AI. I don't like what AI is doing to all of these artists and stuff like that. I don't like people saying like you can't, like, how do I say? I like to pay artists for their work, and using AI to circumvent paying a real artist is poopy, you know? But I just want to make that a mention so that, like, you know where I stand on that particular page, because that's my thing. Zippus says, I mean, obviously hoping to solve the issue with a blockade if deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all. Is this a response to Nova? All with the planet of Naboo. Cheesecake says, how do you feel about the Garks joining the annual Senator's candidate race this year? The Quantians have had a relatively big seat for hundreds of years, and now they have a new seat filled. They don't seem to mind a new senator since unification in a big universe, but some other races in unification are unhappy. Yeah, well, you know, Quantians are cool and all, right? But sometimes having a different thought process on things could be really good. So maybe it's okay to have, like, other people come through there instead of just the Quantians doing their thing all the time, I'm literally making that up right there. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Creeper says it's like SE and NLR for the early Brony fandom. Mercil says, oh my gosh, I'm cooked if he finds this out. I am not gonna, if you're talking about the AI thing, I'm not gonna like put you down if you use AI. I just personally don't like to use AI. I'm sure at some point I've probably actually used AI for something or other, but not knowingly. Cynic says, I don't like how AI is being created, not opposed to the idea of AI. For me, it's purely a licensing issue. Yeah, like if we could make it so that they retrained all their AI stuff to know where particular things came from, and every time an AI produced a piece of work utilizing the artwork or the words or whatever of a different artist or whatever, and then it paid that artist for the use of their content in someone's stuff, I'd be okay with it then. But right now, it's just basically everyone's stealing, or not everyone, but people are just stealing content. It's weird how companies are just kind of like doing that and getting away with it. Like literally, I think actually a couple of companies are actually, because some companies are getting their assets quote unquote stolen. What was it? Studio Ghibli got their stuff stolen. I think Disney was another one. And Disney was like, yo, your AI is literally basically stealing our content if you think about it. Like, can you not do that? Zeppa says, how goes things? It's going great. I really need to get out of here though. It's already past the time I said I was going to go. How you doing today? Pescetti says, I had a school friend in elementary school whose nickname was AI. No way, really? Because that was his middle. Oh, because that was his middle initials. I see. That's kind of funny. Nova says, I was too scared to talk about Warhammer 40k politics, as this is a multi-day discussion. Dude, you will have an all-out war in your chat if you were to do that. I mean, it would be a very productive day, but you would. Oh. Have a good one, Lucky. Thank you so much for. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's use that cookie as a hydrate, because I'm not going to do cookies or coffees or sodas until a VR chat stream. There we go. Mercil says, oh, not that. The mod I downloaded. Oh, okay. I gotcha. She says, I take your I agree on your take on the new seats being filled. Creeper says, Solar Empire, Celestia's followers, and New Lunar Republic followers of Luna, like me. I'm guessing that's the two sides. I don't mind AI personally. Some artist prices are insane, but there are a lot of good, cheaper ones. That's what I mean. Like if an artist, right, is out of your price range, bless you. If an artist is out of your price range, then you don't have to buy from them. The thing is that there are artists out there who value not only their ability to draw, but all the training it took to get to the point of making an art style that you like. But one of the most important, in my eyes, is their time. There are some times when someone's piece of art might take. I mean, there's one artist that's doing one of my arts right now that's been taking a couple days. Now, this is not a problem, by the way. I don't mind it whenever an artist takes their time with a piece of art. But like, if you think about it, that's days at a time. I don't mind spending a little bit of money if they're in my price range, obviously, but I don't mind spending a little bit of money so that their time is well compensated for. Time is super important. When you get older, you'll realize it, that time is incredibly valuable. And I will definitely pay an artist for their time. So these AI things coming out and just basically replacing artists' jobs, not completely, but obviously there's still people who very much value a real artist, and like me. I don't like that. I don't like artists being replaced by a computer program that literally stole art from millions of other artists out there to create something like that. Creeper also says, in fealty to the God Emperor, our undying lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne. Oh my goodness, you're talking about the Pones. Funeral items Minecraft mod. Funeral items. Uh oh. I think the rest of this is all bot stuff here. Creeper says last art piece I got was 3 months overdue. See, when it starts taking that long, I can see how that can be a problem. I didn't even get what I paid for. There was one time I bought a piece of art from somebody, but it was like $30, right? So I think usually my high price that I usually go for, at least right now, is about $50 for a single piece. Like for a one character single piece, I'll go up to 50. But this person was going like, hey, I'm doing art for emergency commissions I have had come into a really bad spot, and I need to like get a ton of money really fast. Like, if you guys wouldn't mind, I'm doing a discount on my usually kind of expensive stuff to about $30 if you guys are willing to wait a while. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? They were a relatively known artist, so I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll take a gamble on that, and I'll also help an artist out. So I paid my $30. Actually, I think I paid $40 because I usually do that. I'll give like an extra $5 or $10 depending on what's going on. And I usually factor that in. It's like, oh, here's a cup of coffee or a lunch for you on top of what you're asking for, so you can enjoy your day. But I paid $30, and it literally took a whole year. When this person messaged me again, I had no idea what they were messaging me for, until I saw our previous conversation of why they were messaging me. And then they sent me the art, and I was like, oh my god, that's beautiful, thank you. Oh my gosh, like they actually kept a list of all the people that had commissioned them. That is, I mean, it took a whole year, but that was cool. Like, they remembered. That was cool. Cynic says I should commission some art, actually. Let's see what. Creeper says mine was just shy of about $200. It was a Christmas present for a good friend. Oh, so it being like 3 months late obviously wasn't ideal. Yeah, dance is a command. Fart is a command. What is it? Not slingshot, but throw, I think. Throw plus a number will throw your character in a particular direction. And jump is a... wow. Wow, Darius, look at that. You caught the star. Awesome. Awesome. It's sling. Okay, yeah, it's sling. It's exclamation point sling space a number. The number being the direction that you want your character to go in. From 0 to 180. I don't think you did that on purpose. That's awesome. And then there's also slots. There's exclamation point slots space how much you'd like to put in. To find out how much virtual currency you currently have, you can do exclamation point fish in the chat. Check media channel. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, that's not the right media over here. New mix, you goober. I don't know if you meant for me to check that one. Hold on, who told me to do that? Oh, that was Mercial. New mix, that is funny. Your AAA mag. That is awesome. See, like, there's sometimes like whenever I wish I had like a 3D printer so I could do silly stuff like that. That sounds like fun. Here's the Cheaties flock. Oh, geez. What is that game? It's just got like a whole bunch of anime people and then him. And his what is his name? Billy? Did they just face swap him to be Billy? That's kind of funny. Also, this is a random mod my friend sent me to try. He didn't say anything about the mod. That's goofy. All right, Zephys, have yourself a good one. Thanks for stopping in today. You're awesome. Have yourself a wonderful day. Numix says the last art piece that I have received was 1.5 years ago. It was a fair waiting time. Can't complain about it. I usually try to get art by artists who usually have a relatively fast turnaround time. What's up? Relatively fast turnaround time. That way I can just kind of like buy it and maybe wait a week and then get it back. I kind of like that. Waiting a super long time obviously isn't ideal, but I mean, if the circumstances are open for it, and at least the artist kind of gives you like, hey, you know, not having such a great time, I'm understanding of that kind of stuff. I'm usually not too much of a like, give it to me now, give it to me now. I don't care to do that to people. People are obviously have real life stuff that happens to them, and real life is so much more important than art of a little bird like me. I used to go to what's it called? I used to go to what's it called? Fiverr. I like to go to Fiverr for that kind of stuff. But there are like some artists out there who like will have like a website. I forget what it's called. Is it called Card or something like that? Where if they make any updates or anything like that, it just shows up on the page. They don't even have to tell you, and then you get like an email like, hey, they updated your ticket or whatever with a new like piece, and you can tell the artist like, hey, I want to make these changes and stuff. I wonder if it's VGen. It might have been VGen. But Fiverr kind of does the same thing too, where you can get like automatic updates from an artist, like they did certain things. Like the character you're looking at right now, the VRM. I didn't know how to make VRMs before. I think I know how to do it now, but I didn't know how to do it before. And I reached out to a Fiverr artist who I think did Cheaty from his VRChat avatar to a VRM, and I think it only cost me like $10 for that. So, like, that one, I don't think that's too bad. I think that's pretty good. Cynic says Fiverr is kind of bad from what I heard. VGen also says they have a no AI policy and are very good for both artists and commissioners. I may have to look into that going forward. Do you have any reasons as to why Fiverr is bad? I usually like to use Fiverr. Hey, Bagel. How you doing, Bean? Cheesecake says, one day I hope to make a comic of Cheesecake and my late wife's character Amber. Both are mice, and my thought was the comic is an ongoing look into their lives and also bringing little bits of lore in. I can't draw, and online services are too expensive or are poorly built with AI with a price tag. So one of the things, I don't know, Cheesecake, if you follow me on Twitter or anything like that, but I make quote unquote, and I'm air quoting this, but comics for people to enjoy sometimes. And all it is just stickers. It's just the volley stickers that I use, and everyone else seems to have usually seems to have the same stickers. They're all by Fearless Randomness, who I believe also has stickers available for mice as well, and mice. And you could get them colored by some artist out there, or even color them yourselves if you're available to do such a thing, and then just basically overlay the stickers without the white line and stuff, but just overlay the stickers on top of a flat plane with 4 quadrants to it, and create a a comic that way. That's what I've done. Oh, hold on. There we go. Creeper says, hold on. Cynic says, from what I know, it's difficult to know the legitimacy of the person until you've commissioned them. I haven't had too much of an issue just yet, with that considered. So maybe not too bad. And they're usually a bit overpriced. Well, the whole idea of Fiverr is that you're supposed to be like $5 or less for all the services you're supposed to do. And so far, all the people that I've commissioned have been 10, maybe 15 at the most for services that I look for. Let's see. Creeper says, "Hi, check Discord for the art piece I was talking about. Upset me that I missed Christmas and Valentine's with it." Let's see here. There you are. Aw. I mean, it looks pretty cute, though. Creeper says, person I commissioned is pretty good on Blue Sky, so no idea why they took so long with me. Cranked everyone else's out really fast. Huh. Yeah, you never know sometimes. I'm actually having one of those issues right now where I'm seeing an artist like pump out. I commission an artist. I'm not gonna say who they are because I would feel like that'd be incredibly rude to do, because they did say they were dealing with real life stuff and I don't want to mess with them on that. But I commissioned them and it's been a month and a half now and I still haven't gotten anything back, but I see them like constantly pushing out other people's content. So it's like, huh. But again, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm probably gonna reach out again. I've reached out a couple times now, but every time they do get back to me on it. Actually, there was one artist that I did commission once, and it was for stickers, and they came back and gave me a stick, like one out of the 5 stickers that I commissioned almost immediately, and then 2 weeks went by, and I was like, hey, just like a friendly reminder, I was wondering if you could get those other ones done too. And like, oh, I just like kind of forgot, sorry. And then they literally cranked out all the rest of them in that same day. So sometimes it really is just kind of like oh, I forgot, or a miscommunication happened, or it's something like that. So sometimes just reaching out to them and saying, hey, what's going on, But if they actually are dealing with like real life stuff, I don't want to bother them too much, because I totally understand real life is so much more important. They might be working on through a backlog. They very well could be. They're a relatively popular artist. And I think the price, because they're a very popular artist, and also the commission that they were putting out that day was like, what's the word I'm looking for? They came out with a post saying that they're going to put their commissions at a lower price. So it very well could be that they're just finishing up a backlog right now. But guys, I need to get out of here. I'm way past my usual streaming time. We almost been live for 3 hours for the morning stream, and that's quite long, and I need to go get my thing done. So I need to go do that. But let's read Cynic's message here. It's funny because every time I've commissioned someone, they gave me a rating on VGen saying that I communicated my idea well, which makes me scared of what they normally deal with, because I always feel like I just ramble. No, trust me. Artists are very much happy to hear you ramble about your idea and give them an idea of what to draw, because there's a lot of times that someone will go, I'm giving you artistic freedom, which I thought was a good thing. To be perfectly honest, I thought giving people artistic freedom to do whatever the heck they want was good. But I found out recently, even actually, that they really don't like that, because they get that all the time. They never know what to draw. They run out of ideas. They have art block, and then they get given a picture of me and go, artistic freedom, do what you want. And it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna draw you smiling. So Have a good one, Creeper. Yeah, you go have a good one, Cynic. Yeah, I mean, giving them an idea of what you would like and then also saying artistic freedom is usually what you want to go for. You don't want to just say, like, oh, here's my character, do what you want with them. Don't do that. Motified feedback is like, I like this. Creeper says, I need to see if there's a site for writers to become. I need to make money somehow. Uh-oh. All right, guys. I'm going to send you guys, the people over on Twitch, I'm going to send you guys over. I will probably try and see if I can give YouTube the link of the person we're going to go raid to. That's going to be on Twitch, though. Let's see who's live right now. Let me refresh this page. Awesome Cyborg says I might go take a nap. Okay. Awesome Cyborg says. Let's see. Let me see if this person is doing what I think he's doing, and then we'll see if we send you guys over. And he totally is. So this person, his name is Gibbous, if you guys have ever heard of him before. He has a beautiful avatar. I think it's a dragon, but it's blue and black in color. I don't know what his setup is that he does. He usually sets up very simplistic backgrounds and stuff like that, and just talks, kind of like how I'm doing right now. But talks to the chat, has a awesome voice, in my opinion. Yeah, they're a pretty cool being, and they're currently there with quite a lot of people right now. But I think that they're pretty fit for me sending you guys over to them. Yeah, they had a Nova Beast before, and right now I'm still trying to get used to their new avatar, because I feel like their old avatar was more them so far. But it's like me trying to switch over to the Seeker of Volley. Like I want to see them strive in the way that they want to go. So yeah, let's have it. Anyway, if you guys want to hop on over there, I don't think we need to do a cheaty raid. I don't want to bother them and screw up their stuff over there. But just say hi. Just say hi. So here it is. We're gonna do /raid. Space copy pasta. Yeah, big ears. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. All right, and for the YouTubers, I'm going to send you guys over there as well. So here is their thing if you're interested. Alrighty, guys. But as always, thank you everyone so much for hopping on in today. It's always awesome to see you all. And again, as I always say, thank you very much for joining me for my morning streams. It really helps me get myself back into the swing of things as I should be. So until next time, this is Hio Cheetybird signing off. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.
Pale blue Persian cat.